after a while, after you keep living your life, you start to understand a lot of the shit that we be frustrated and mad about don't even be worth it. And this life stuff is so short. And if God forbid, if you was to lose that person that you were angry at, or you were that person was to get injured, or you were no longer able to be connected to that person, then what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna end up sitting with yourself and you're gonna start to understand that the things that you never got to say, the things that you never got to do, all the regrets and things you wish you would have said, you're gonna realize the stuff that you was mad about, what isn't even worth it. Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z Tidwell with Speak Up Z. And you're now tuned into the episode of Speak Up Z, the podcast. In the podcast, we'll talk about real things with real people. Everything from life to business to mental health and everything else in between. I'm especially strengthening our relationship with God every single day. Um, Man, God has really been using me, and He continues to just download these messages and these thoughts into my heart, and just making sure that I share them with you. And something very interesting happened to me today. Somebody that I love, um, somebody that I love very deeply, man, just did something today just to really piss me off. And in that moment, I was so irritated and I was so frustrated with them, where I kind of just hung up the phone. You know, I really didn't want to talk anymore. And a few moments later, when I saw them, everything was already back good. I had already forgave them. We was back laughing and talking like nothing even happened. And you know what that moment taught me is that there's nothing wrong with being frustrated and mad at someone when somebody makes you feel a type of way, because we're human. And I think one of the most unhealthy things is when we're in relationships or friendships or connection with people, and we try to act like everything is all good all the time when they do make us feel a type of way, and then it creates this unnecessary tension when we could simply voice our opinions or be very clear about how they made us feel, or even show them how they made us feel, and be able to operate in that. But the beautiful thing about what transpired today is that even though I was frustrated, even though I felt the way, I understood that it's okay for me to be human and feel that way. I don't have to stay there. And that when you truly love somebody and care for somebody and you rock with somebody the way you say you do, then you find a way to reconcile and get back cool with them and to make sure everything is okay, even when they have pissed you off, even when they have got under your skin. Because we talked about this kind of the other day, man. When it comes to that unconditional love, true unconditional love is you understanding that you deserve somebody that loves you even when everything is falling apart in that relationship or that connection between you two. Because in the past I was that type of person that would run, or would avoid. Like if somebody upsetted me like the same way that this person did today, I would avoid. I would shut down. I would stop communicating. I would start to act weird and act immature. Um, Pretty much run away. But the older I'm getting, um, and the more that I'm living, I'm starting to understand that you can't be that way. Sometimes you gotta have the uncomfortable conversations. Sometimes you gotta know how to still operate in love and operate in kindness, even when that person gets under your skin the most. You still have to be respectful, and patient, even when you want to blow up on that person. Because if you choose to walk around and let that tension build, if you choose to walk around and never voice your opinion and never communicate how or express how you're feeling about something, and you continue to hold all that in, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to blow over so hard on that person that you love that they won't even recognize you. You're going to allow them to see a part of you that they didn't even know existed, anger they didn't even know you had, when all you have to do, and it's not as easy as it seems, but it's very possible, is to communicate. Is to understand that it's okay to feel the way that you feel. It's okay to be frustrated because you're human, but just don't stay in that place. Like, why are you still, torturing a person for something they did to you 2 and 3 months ago? Like, if you're not going to forgive them, if you're going to continue to hold this grudge against them for something, especially if they apologize and try to reconcile with you, that's the real part. When they trying to come back to you and do the right thing, and you continue to be petty, if you're going to do that, then why do you continue to be connected to this person? Why do you continue to be in that relationship? Why do you continue to be in that friendship? Now, am I saying you don't have a right to be mad? No, I'm not. But after a while, after you keep living your life, you start to understand a lot of the shit that we be frustrated and mad about don't even be worth it. And this life stuff is so short. And if God forbid, if you was to lose that person that you were angry at, or that person was to get injured, or you were no longer able to be connected to that person, then what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna end up sitting with yourself, and you're gonna start to understand that the things that you never got to say, the things that you never got to do, all the regrets and things you wish you would have said, you're gonna realize the stuff that you was mad about, what isn't even worth it. And so while that person is still in front of you, while you still have access to that person, while that person is still here on this earth, while that person is still within your reach, I want you to realize that whatever you're upset about is not even that deep. And that if you're able to regulate your emotions, express your emotions, um, and stay calm, even when you have every reason to spaz out, you'll start to realize that it's really not that deep. And a lot of stuff that we end up losing people, good people over, was not worth losing that good person. And I hope you're able to do the same thing that I learned today, man, and understand that it's okay to feel the way you feel, but just don't stay there too long. Because if you do, you may end up losing beautiful people that God brought into your life, and that's never what He intended for it to happen. So I hope this hurts, man. I hope this helps for sure. I love y'all, man. Peace. Hey, what's up? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. And I just want to take a quick second just to thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of SpeakUPZee, the podcast. And my only goal with this platform is to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you around all things life, business, and mental health, whether it's myself or me bringing on a special guest. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We don't ask for any type of monetary gains or anything like that. The best thing you could do for us is just like and subscribe to the channel. Until next week, we'll see y'all later. Peace.